everybody, and welcome back to Project Storm. I'm Storm, and today we're back in Trailmakers, and we are gonna be enjoying life because guess what I'm doing? I am making you a little countermeasure, a little weapon to use. I've noticed that a lot of people have these beautiful planes. A lot of them usually carry bombs in real life, and I'm like, a lot of them do carry bombs in this game, but when do you really use actual modular bombs in this game? So I'm thinking I'm gonna make a quote-unquote bomb and make it into a countermeasure. I've noticed that a lot of people use flares. You kind of need them. But I've also noticed that flares' longevity in the sky is really, really low, which I guess makes it fair. But we don't like that. We don't like playing fair. So we're gonna make a countermeasure where I make those countermeasures last for a lot longer, okay? And it's gonna be quite easy, it's gonna be quite simple. I'm gonna stop yapping and get to building because I have to show you the entire building process because I don't even know how I'm gonna do this yet. But I'm gonna do it and it's gonna be fun. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get to it. And if you're watching this at 2 a.m. or close, I'm so sorry for the sun flashbang, that's my bad. Okay, so what I'm thinking, right? Everyone is always in dogfights, and they're always in the sky. They're either in a turn circle, or they're fighting along a general path, and they're staying in one general place, around 2,000 meters in cubic area, I guess? So they are just fighting, duking it out, right? Okay, there's always that time when you lose the upper hand. Everyone's had it. No one has ever been perfect in dogfighting. I have figured out a way to kind of make countermeasures a little bit more lenient, give myself a little bit more breathing room to form a strategy. Because now with blasters and all these weapons, dogfights are becoming a lot faster. They end in seconds to minutes. Minutes is crazy, seconds to a minute. So what I'm thinking is we make something like a bomb that could go under a plane, like something like this, right? You see where this bomb is? That's a great bomb. That is just a simple 2 dynamite, maybe 3 in there, I don't know. It's a simple 2 dynamite, maybe 3 bomb that is meant to take out ships. It explodes just under the water. So, oh yeah, this is my F-15. It looks very interesting because it's so short. Because I'm not an aesthetic builder, so my bad. It flies perfectly straight. Because I'm not an aesthetic builder. It has pretty good turn time. 6 blasters because dogfighting. Yes, I just turned this into a showcase. Decent turn time for a plane. And then we have, boom, 2 bombs out. And wow, I dropped those really high. And boom. There you go. So they're actually very accurate. Like, I'm gonna try and hit that bomb right there. Easy, right? We take a turn. We don't have to turn that slow, we just take the turn. And we go. Straighten out, and drop. And I had to kind of fling them there. But, okay, a little short. So, these bombs are pretty heavy, right? And that's usually what bombs are for. If you're in a dogfight, which everybody owns a plane and usually wants to fly them, unless you're actually him, I don't think you're gonna hit a bomb midair. And there's a lot of actually hims there, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of hims out there. But me personally, I would not hit a bomb on someone, at least not a modular bomb. I've hit actual bombs on people, but not a modular bomb. That was way back in the day when I used to play this game religiously. So yeah, I am going to try and make that modular component right now, and I'm going to fit it to my F-15 because this thing actually does have flares. The flare bay actually does work. The flares work, the flare bay doesn't. So I detach them with control. Oh wow, it actually worked for once, no way. And then they get stuck, because of course they do. So I can like slow down and then drop them. Yeah, it's weird, very weird. I have to pull a whole Cobra to drop these things. Oh wow, they actually all dropped that time. And they're a hold and all that, it's so much logic. And I don't like doing the logic, that's just more space, more things to get blown up in your plane. Actually, logic doesn't blow up, thank God, but there's logic right there, there's logic under both of those panels, there's logic right here under the wing. And it just takes up too much space because one logic piece is literally a mini thruster or a tiny thruster. So let's get to it, right? We are going to use this as a template and we are going to save this here. So all we need to know is it has to have a hard point of 2. That is the connection point. And it needs to be relatively small. Let's save this as, because I like my other one with actual good bombs. And let's get to work. Here we go. I'm not going to do a building montage. I am actually going to do commentary for once. So with this, we want it to be as light as possible, right? Because it's going to be floating through the air and it has to launch things. These are going to be called swarmer countermeasures. And they are going to be the countermeasure itself. What people are going to be aiming at are these gimbal jets. Gimbal jets on their own are very nice and cutesy. You know, they're not too crazy. Now, if we do a little bit of trolling, right? Gimbal jets will actually hover on their own. We can do this by setting a distance sensor to 0 and then putting this at, let's see, this is at 1 scale already. 1 power is more than enough to carry its own weight. So let's try 0.2. This is all going to be trial and error for now. 0.2 is not enough, it seems. Or this is not even on. Is it even on? Ah, now let's try it. 0.2 is more than enough. So we want to get these gimbal jets to where they are slightly falling out of the sky or slightly rising. 0.1, that would be falling out of the sky. But slightly. So now let's try 1.12, 0.12. That is slightly falling out of the sky there. Just barely. Now let's get it to where it is slightly going up, 0.14. And there you go. So we have found the happy medium, which is 0.13. And that is how you do trial and error, kids. Wow. There you go. That should carry its own weight. And we can strap anything to that that we want that is within 2 blocks. So if we put another frame block here, it will not carry its own weight. See? So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to place this gimbal jet. I am also going to place, well, now it's more than enough to carry its own weight. Now that we know the power, we put it at 0.12 and we never, 0.13, and we never have to set it to 1 power again or anything like that. So now we have our basic gimbal jet. This is already calibrated to hold something, anything, that is within 0.6 kilograms or 0.1. Sorry, what the heck? Anything that is 1 kilogram can be held on this thing. We could put, definitely not. Let's see, what could we put on this thing that would be funny? Straight suspension is good kinetic armor. So if you were to drop a bunch of these and they ran into it for no reason, this may have a chance to dampen the effect on the actual gimbal jet so that it can survive for longer and hit them harder. A large hinge or a steering hinge could work. I mean, why would you put it on there? I don't know. But if you need to put something on these, including, wink wink, dynamite, which is 3.1 kilograms, so you have to calibrate the whole thing again, then you could. But for now, we don't need to because we actually have a plane that it's releasing from. You would put a distance sensor like this if you actually had to make this completely autonomous. So now, what are we thinking? 4 or 8? I would say 8. 8 to be dropped. Now, 8 to be dropped is super easy because all you have to do is make sure that they all fall relatively at the same time. And if they all fall, well, that literally just means, like, what? This, and then this. Just put, all we have to do is put detachable blocks, right? Detachable blocks. Put this as what? A 1x2. Another 1x2 here. And then we hit them with the snub nose type thing. And then we have this going here, that, Then we have, this is just general modeling because why not? It's gonna be quite the big bomb. And I want this to stay light. Yes, so 100 kilograms is all right already. And now we put the hard point on. So this is where it gets funny. It only needs a 2 or a, yeah, there. That's the hard point. And then we put a 3x1 here. And then a little bit more fun aerodynamics, but it actually has to connect up. So for this to connect up, we're gonna do something super simple, but looks cool, right? And how would we do that? I know. 1, 2. Now, if we face these this way, face these this way. Now, if we do this, this, this. That looks neat, because why not? We need to move this back. Hard point needs to be moved back, and these need to be turned into 4s. And then we have our bomb. So, that is that. It's not actually a bomb, it is a countermeasure. Since people have so much trouble with like actually making flares, I decided I'm gonna make this. So we need to test it now, but first we actually need to make the dropping mechanism. This can all be keybind related. You don't have to set a timing for this, I just want to. I'm gonna set all of these to toggle. I'm gonna set all of these to, what's my keybind for? Any keybind to detach, but I'm gonna set all of these to left control. Or if you want to do 1 for each wing, you can set it to 1, and then the other one will be 2. And I actually rather that. So we're gonna set these to drop after every 0.1 seconds, and it should add up to something around like 0.6, 0.8. And we have 0.3. Super simple. Punching in the numbers, I'll be right back. And there we go, it equated out to 0.8. And then for each of these, they would all activate upon hitting 1. This is now a toggle, and these will stay on due to the activation being on toggle. Now, let's save this as a modular component which will be posted to the workshop, and now we place it on our plane. Now, this plane actually does have enough complexity to place this on. Just barely, though. Okay, put it on the hard point, get another one, and I can't because it's too complex, and that's okay. We only need 1. A better way to do this would be to place these all individually either in the fuselage or not. But I'm going to keep this as a modular component just in case someone does not have space in the fuselage and wants to put it on the wings. And now, we still have our flares that are actually in the fuselage, it's just we also have a bomb. And that bomb should help a lot. Its aerodynamics are very harsh, so it is going to be pulling us a lot. So don't do what I did and put it on only one side. But yeah. Okay, so we're going to launch it. They are all launched. Give it a little roll. If I can. Give it a little roll. And then drop. Drop the bomb. Just drop the bomb. And it does not launch. See, this is why we test things, guys. Launch, 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 drop. Okay. So now, I have an extremely good idea for this, right? The thing that is making this so hard to launch is the back piece. The back piece is really easy to fix. All we really have to do is take out this part right here. But of course, you know me, I want to be fancy. So let's be fancy. I'm going to detach the entire thing. Because why not? We are going to do this, 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 this. Make it a little bit cooler, a little janky. I'm going to place one of these at 8. So they will all be ready to launch by the time it reaches 0.8 seconds. So it will be at a complete delay. This is just a stylistic thing, but it's still pretty cool. So now we have our new and improved bomb. Incredibly hard to fly a plane with because it's only on one side. But we keep going, we initiate it, press 1, and then drop. There, look at that. And it did not work. What did it get stuck on? I wonder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there they go. They spread out. And they actually do follow you. That is so neat. Drop that. They are falling though, which is interesting. So we're gonna fix that, okay? Now, let's look at the bomb again and see what we can do to make it a little bit better. I'm just going through my thought process so that all of you can understand just how crazy I am. And it works for me. Never underestimate your strengths, guys. Even insanity. Anyways, we're gonna set this to 0.15. They had so much inertia that they actually did not rise at all because I was moving down too fast. Things like that that you don't account for are very important, and I'm going to explode. Never mind, I'm okay. May I please respawn. There we go. Alright, there we go. We're up, we're off, and we're gone. Okay. Oh my. I'm in a flat spin. Disengage, and we're good. I'm still in a flat spin. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I never die. Heroes never die. Okay. To launch this thing, we just have to fly like this. Okay, cool. So, we are going to drop the bomb now. It is initiated, dropped, and they're off. So, as you can see, they're being very goofy. They're being very wonky. And they are still falling for some reason. It seems like they're not even on. And that's because they're not. Because apparently I'm dumb. So, what we have to do is actually make sure that these things turn on once they leave the freaking thingy. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna do this. Place a distance sensor for each one, connect it up to every single one, because it really doesn't matter. Place this, boom. Distance sensor on invert trigger, and you know anything else. And only 4 of these are actually going to hover with us because I built that in a very dumb way. After I get done with the kinks, because I've never actually built this thing before, I am going to make a refined version that is much better. So now you see the problem. These things are always on. So what I should have done is put an OR logic gate on there. I am still going to drop it because I want to see how well it works. And it will work well. 4 of them will work as actual countermeasures to get you out of a situation, and some of them will rise, which is actually very cool. And they explode as well. So if someone's shooting at you and they go through them and they explode, it's going to be an interesting time for them. Let's try it again. And let's see if we can do a turn circle and hit our own countermeasures, which should go pretty interestingly. Drop that, get that out of there. And they, oh wow, they got stuck in there. Neat. Don't drop too early. Drop. That's quite neat, actually. It's a splitting motion. You can dampen it if you lower the energy of the gimbals. That's pretty cool. This thing flies much better without the bombs. And now I will create the much better version. Here we go. This is going to be a building montage, so see you on the other side. Peace. That should be it, I believe. These are the new and improved bombs. So they are built in a way where they are kind of like wind turbines. They will actually spin the more wind you have on some of them. Or not, fair enough. So that's pretty neat. But here we go. Let's try and drop them. Let's see how it goes. They work? They're hovering there. They're staying in one place. Yep. Wow. So, now I'm going to add a delay to every single one so that the engines can actually get working and maybe they can drop in a more spread out fashion. And of course, I'm posting this to the workshop, so if any of you want to build off of it, please do. They explode when shot. So they are actually their own bombs. That's pretty neat. Bink! Oh wow, I survived that. I'm good at making fuselages, apparently. I already want to thank you all so much for watching. You have been an incredible audience. You guys are incredible. Thank you, sincerely, for everything you've done for me. YouTube has always been a dream of mine, and I've never been able to actually see the future of it more than now. So, truly, thank you. Thank you all for watching. Anyone who got here, you guys are the real ones. And I commend you for watching little old me. I am going to initiate the bombs, and there we go. That should be all for today. Thank you all so much. And there we go. Swarmer countermeasures are going to be going up on the workshop. Play around them. Make sure you have the upper hand, eh? Good. Now, thank you all so much for watching. Remember, we're all trailmakers, so keep on creating. I'll see you all next time. Peace.